Yo, 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 let's get the business.
Yo, let's get the business. I appreciate y'all being here with me today. This evening, actually, it's a rainy day. It's kind of nasty out there, isn't it?
It's a little gray. It's a good fall day, though.
It is.
It's like
it is.
Drizzly rain.
And
I don't know.
It cooled down a little bit, too. It was getting a little...
Sweater weather.
Yeah. It's hoodie weather. Get your hoodie from me, actually. I got the clothing company going. Get your hoodie. But I'm thrilled and excited and honored today to vouch and acknowledge for this great friend of mine, great, talented, relentless and bright-spirited entrepreneur. She's committed to the growth of our Central Kentucky community. It's been decades, a family thing going on, providing a consistency of professional services and a gateway to a very nice plethora of vehicles, I might add.
We have a few.
Yeah, more than a few. That's complete understatement. Don't listen. Fields of them, okay? So she's outgoing and considerate. She's very informative, strong, and inspirational. Always been fun to be around ever since I've known her. Colorful personality, high level of intellect with the wisdom and kindness. Very humble, organized, sharpness that any company could use. Energy lighting up a room. She's articulate, marketability. Just Google her, by the way. Google. I could just go on.
I'll give you a lot, but not organized. Anybody knows me, they're going,
I feel that. Who's organized, right? People act like they're like super organized, but who's really got it all together, right?
Oh, nobody. And
Nobody.
Can I just keep you on my shoulder because you were saying the nicest things about me right now?
No doubt. It's all truth. Hey, look, it's glowing. Everything is popping right now. So just Google her. She just pops up everywhere. People admire her. Positive vibes that you bring is enduring, and it deserves the flowers and acknowledgement. That's why she's here today. It's cool to have her on the platform. I probably asked her a million times. And she's the third generation owner at Swope Family of Dealerships, vice president and general manager at Swope Hyundai and Genesis of Elizabethtown, of course, or is that formerly?
So that's formerly. So now chief operating officer of the group. So yeah.
Okay. See, so many different... Like the elephant in Ganesh,
Google was wrong.
What I mean? Yeah. It's a jack of all trades, but definitely part of the leadership team at Swope Family of Dealerships. Former finance manager at Beeman Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
Studied music business at Belmont University. Shout out to them. In 2002, he was honored and named one of Automotive News 40 Under 40.
2022, yeah.
2022.
I was gonna say 2002. You went way far
2022.
Back.
I'm sorry. Yeah. That's
like,
crazy.
What did I do in 2002?
That's crazy. Yeah, 2022. Yeah. So I'm all over the place. But 40 under 40 for her outstanding leadership and significant business achievements, following your father and grandfather's footsteps, of course, but also working in the automotive industry outside of the family circle.
Yeah.
Just the all-around helpful and professional at your convenience worker in the automotive industry. In addition, the KRDA serves on the Elizabethtown Community and Technical College Foundation Board.
Yeah.
A young professional of Hardin County Board. Is that right? Young professionals?
Haven't done that one in a while, but formerly.
Okay, formerly.
Yeah.
And Kentucky Auto Dealers Association Board. That's been a minute, huh?
Yeah, also the Industrial Foundation Board.
Okay, so that's been a while. So to be clear, you need to contact Jennifer Swope or visit your local dealership. They are waiting to place you in a new, shiny, fresh vehicle of your choice. Stop in today. If you're in the Hardin County area or surrounding areas, all you got to do is travel down Dixie Highway and you will see a Swope dealership, I promise you, of some sort. But such a variety of great deals, right? Variety of great deals on the lot. The team they'll be welcoming. They treat people just on a high level. They treat them the right way. It goes a long way. And that's why they've been able to obtain this great success over an extended amount of years. So feel free to stop in. Feel comfortable. They'll be more than welcome to have you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jennifer Swope.
Yeah.
Nice to have you.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
No doubt about it.
The introduction.
Now, I have to do it correctly. I got to do it properly. I got to do it professionally. I'm going to tell who's ever watching.
Absolutely.
You never know.
Yeah.
So, and you deserve it. You deserve to be presented properly. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So how long have you been involved in the automotive industry exactly?
It's so exact is hard, right?
Years.
Because I
decades, maybe.
I nod my teeth out on a steering wheel. I mean, you kind of hit it third generation.
Yeah.
So as far as work goes, I think when I was 14, I got my first job at our Ford dealership. It was actually my uncle's Ford dealership back then. Didn't want to work for dad. So went to work for my uncle.
Okay. That's pretty cool, though. But it was already early there.
Yeah.
You just grew right into it.
But really, I mean, if you combine all the experience together over 20 years, most of my adult life, almost all of my adult life.
Yeah,
so.
pretty much. Yeah. So it consumed you. And you've learned how to balance business and education at the same time at an early age.
Yeah.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Did you always have high inspirations of following to their footsteps? But like you said earlier, it wasn't to be the case. So you gradually got into it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think as a kid, you grow up and there's Christmas table, right? There's Christmas dinner. Yeah. And you've got the adult table and you got the kid table. And in our family, it was the business table and the kid table. So it was like all the moms were also like trying to sit at the kid table because nobody wanted to have to talk business.
That's interesting. I know what you mean. Like,
so we used to fight over the kid table, right? Like, I don't want to have to sit with these guys talking cars.
Right.
So no, I don't think I always did want to go into it. I think because it consumes you. But it's funny because now even my sister, she's my partner. She's our CEO. I'm her COO.
Shout out to sis.
Yeah.
Susan. That's her name. I didn't mess up your name.
That's all good.
Definitely.
It's all good.
Susan. I knew that.
But no, I think it wasn't always what I thought I was going to do. I kind of fell back into it, but I'm so glad I did. It's very, it's
right.
It's fulfilling.
Because you're multi-talented, so you didn't want to settle for that right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to be, I was going to be a musician. I was going to be famous.
Right. That's right. love music, right? So that's pretty interesting. You know what I mean? So elaborate a little bit on your journey. Were there any ups or downs, obstacles you had to overcome along this ladder to the level that you're at right now?
How long do we have?
You're styling and profiling right now. I know it's hard to put things in a nutshell sometimes, isn't it?
How long do we have?
But just to name maybe one that an obstacle that you had to overcome, hurdles you had to leap over, and say, okay, I'm just going to keep moving, keep pushing.
I'm in a very male-dominated field. So it's been a whole lifetime of growing up in that. So being comfortable with that.
Okay.
But I spent 10 years working at a dealership in Nashville that was not, you said Beam and Toyota. That was not related to my family at all. In fact, a competitor if you get down under the wraps with regions.
Whoa, Kentucky versus Louisville.
Oh, no, Nashville, actually. It was Nashville, Tennessee, yeah. So, I mean, we didn't really compete on a day-to-day, but we're in the same region, so we get reported under the same metrics. But anyway, working at that dealership and being so young, I was in my young 20s. I got promoted into a job that it's hard to get to. I mean, finance manager it's a position that's a lot of people want. I was 22 years old when I got promoted into that.
So people looking at you already like.
So I'm young. I'm a girl. And even though it's not my dad's dealership, it was a lot of relationship that gets you in places in life. So then having to prove your stripes and be the best. So that you don't just get a seat at the table, you be the best. You bring the chair, right? Right.
You strive to be on top.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the only way you can do it in this industry, right? There's no other way. No way around this. It's hard to be, you can be humble, but you also have to be competitive.
Absolutely.
Right? And what I meant by Kentucky Louisville is it's kind of like you said, it was a rivalry. So kind of like
I mean we technically a competitor, but no, we didn't compete on a day-to-day. We weren't crosstown competitors. It wasn't quite like that. But now, if I'd been in Louisville, yes, that would have been
most definitely. But that's interesting though. I didn't know you worked in Nashville. Mm-hmm. So how often do you have to make a drive down there?
Well, I lived there, so I lived in Nashville for 13 years.
Okay, nice.
So I went to Belmont. That was in Nashville.
Nice.
And then Belmont. When I graduated, I just stayed. I mean, I got in the car business and stuck around.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice place, nice area to be around. I have family around that way. So nice. So any pressure stepping into the large footsteps of your father and grandfather, building such a successful traditional business? You know what I mean? As big as Swope. Because when you hear Swope, it's a traditional company. Y'all been thriving for decades. It's a well-oiled machine. You know what I mean? Moving as a smooth unit with phenomenal chemistry, which is remarkable in itself. And you wear a multitude of hats. Yeah. You know what I mean? You do there's a lot of responsibilities. You stay super busy. So was there any pressure?
Oh, well, okay. Was there any pressure to join the business? No. Is there any pressure on a day-to-day? Absolutely.
Yes.
We have more than 300 employees, and those employees depend on our success to, to feed their families.
I can only imagine. I mean,
so much pressure. Yeah. But it's a good thing. I mean, I've always been the kind of person that I'm going to set goals, and I want to achieve goals, and I want to make impact. So one of my big whys is impact, and that's our community, that's our people, that's our employees, that's our customers. That's, when you can bring joy to someone's life or make someone smile or bring that positive, impact. And not every day is butterflies and rainbows, right? Sometimes we have hard conversations. But if you can make a difference and have those, even in those hard conversations, the mentorship, that's just where I get my joy.
That's beautiful. I can tell you're just really, you're uplifted. You're community driven, like extremely. Like you go and you promote and you like, you don't mind going out and supporting other people, just popping up at events. You have thousands of friends, I'm sure, maybe a million, gazillion. Everybody wants to be Jennifer's friend. You know what I mean? So how do you balance out the busy schedule? Do you get any rest?
That's a good question. I think that I've tried really hard to have non-negotiables and boundaries in my self-care and my personal life. Now those get harder and harder as the years go by. Absolutely. But yeah, twice a week I have coffee and breakfast with my mom and dad. Nice. Work out with my mom, and then I go over to their house and we have coffee and breakfast. And
that's nice.
It's kind of a business meeting, sometimes, and sometimes it's personal, but that's time I try to set aside for my parents, my family. Right. And then, my kids, I try to make sure that when I've got them on the weekends and, we're together, right? It's not always perfect. I mean, they're hanging out with buddies right now, so it's not perfect.
And it's raining. Mama, come get me right now. Oh my goodness, it's pouring outside.
But it's hard. Yeah. Do I rest?
Hardly.
When I go to sleep, I fall asleep.
You crash, right?
Crash, yeah.
That's how we do it. Everybody that I know owns a business or runs some type of business. Yeah, we just take naps and we crash.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I can't watch a movie. I mean, put me in a dark room with the TV going, my feet up, and it's been a long day. I'm going to fall right asleep.
That's nice. You have to. You got to get at least a few Z's. You know what I mean? So to be clear, sales, services, and car parts. All these Swope places. But I know of 5 or 6 of them, right? So we have Swope Chrysler Dodge.
Swope Chrysler
Jeep
Dodge
Ram.
Mm-hmm.
We have Bob Swope Ford.
Yep.
We have Swope Hyundai.
Yep.
We have Swope Mitsubishi.
Yep.
Swope Nissan.
Yep.
And Swope Toyota.
And Swope Motorsports.
And just recently added about a year ago. So motorcycle?
Yeah, it's been about 2 years.
Swope Motorsports.
We rebranded it over the last, about 3 months ago, we rebranded to Swope Motorsports, formerly known as Commonwealth Motorcycles.
Commonwealth Motorcycles. Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to get to later. Yeah. I was going to get into that.
Yeah. So we've rebranded as Swope Motorsports. So that one is in Louisville.
Okay.
That's in the Nulu area right by Rabbit Hole Distillery.
Y'all pull up and shop there.
Yeah. No, that's a fun shop. So I actually recently got my motorcycle endorsement because I was like, well, I can't hang out at a motorcycle shop and not ride a motorcycle.
Getting those endorsement deals slipped. Hey, they probably seen that commercial. Every time I'm telling you, I'm watching football. Look, here you go. Here comes Jennifer. She's popping up. Hey, Swope dealership, come on down. So nice. So as a part of Hardin County, those are all Hardin County
except for the motorcycle shop.
Except for the motorcycle shop in Louisville. Shout out to everybody, the whole team, the whole Swope team. You guys and gals, y'all do a phenomenal job. Y'all been uploading a large brand of excellence for a while. It's not easy to do that.
Yeah. 73 years in January.
73 years.
In January. It was 73 years.
A success.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. I got to. I had to.
Oh, thank you.
Who thrives for 70? I don't know if I'll live for 73 years.
Family business is hard and generational business is hard. And
generational business.
You have to not only have the next generation, you have to have somebody who's capable, somebody who's willing, somebody who wants it. And you don't always have all of those things. And so you get to third generation in any business, and that's where they tend to fail.
It's tough.
Because you saw your parents' success. So like in first generation, that's the generation that's the entrepreneur that builds it from the ground up, from scratch. They put their whole life into it. That second generation watched them do it. Right. They watched them scrape by. And that third generation, and this is just in a bubble, right? And that third generation grew up in the success, right?
Yes.
So it's really easy to lose sight in that third generation.
Absolutely.
So
Daddy did it. They did it. I could chill.
I grew up in success.
I could relax.
Like my life is, my life was easy. Yeah. And my life was easy in a lot of ways. Don't get me wrong. But my parents taught me hard work, and they 14 years old, I was working at the dealership, right? I didn't just I didn't just get money handed to me. I had to work to pay my clothes, my makeup, my cell phone, like all those extras.
You've put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
I've known you for a long time. You've always learned. You've always been known to stay focused, stay locked in on what you're doing, and the determination, the discipline, the drive. It's always been there. And you're a people's person. That's what's good in this industry of yours, right?
Yeah.
You know how to communicate well with people, and everybody doesn't even know how to do that correctly. You know what I mean? So nice. And yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of failed businesses. There's a lot that comes into it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are trying to obtain this generational success, and it's not an easy thing.
Yeah,
right?
Succession is a masterclass all on its own.
Right. It definitely, yeah. Y'all got a great reputation. Customers with the utmost care, just an amazing job. So I just want to big that up about 1,000 times. Y'all stop in and Swope. Y'all need a vehicle, go ahead and purchase it. Go ahead and get it. There's so many nice whips down there. Every time I pull, I'm like, goodness, look at that truck right there. Woo, shining. Because y'all have departments. Y'all keep that going on. Y'all get the maintenance going on. Y'all have the what's it called? What's the name? Detailing.
Yeah, detail. We've got
shops,
the detail shop.
right?
We've got the collision shop.
Everybody plays a part.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everybody's important. So there
are a lot of businesses under the wraps.
Right? Yeah. The 98 Yankees, the 96 Bulls.
We've got an amazing team so we get together once a quarter with all of our leadership team, all of our managers, all of our, all of those people who run all of his places. Because you're right. In a dealership, we have the parts department, the service department, the sales department. That's
Absolutely.
New cars, that's used cars.
Yes.
You've got management on all of those levels, and then general managers. So every store can have as few as 6, as many as maybe even 12 managers under that roof,
wow.
right? We get them all together once a quarter, and we talk about goals. We do some team building. We talk about forecasting. We make business plans and try to get on the same page. Because the other thing is we're in, like you said, 6 buildings.
Yes.
So how do you make sure that you're building team that's one team instead of Team Ford,
right.
Team Toyota, right?
So incorporate it all, right?
Yeah, and there's always going to be Team Ford and Team Toyota. A little healthy competition is okay, right?
Just a little.
Yeah, but we do try to be one family. We're the Swope family of dealerships.
You're the Swope family.
Yeah.
And that Swope now, I'm telling you, just rings a heavy bell.
Yeah.
I need a car. Go down the Swope. And you'll have a complete maintenance shop that you don't even have to have purchased a vehicle from y'all, to my understanding. You can just go down there and get your car maintenance.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't matter.
For sure. We'll work on any make, model, anything we can get parts for, we'll work on.
That's beautiful.
Lots of skilled technicians.
That's beautiful. I need to get a little bit more handy myself with the cars. So, big shout out to Susan Gifford as well. Y'all's marketing director, super sweet woman. We had a few brilliant conversations. Shout out to her. She does a great job. Brilliant personality. She's a sweetheart. And the classic, like I said, back to this classic Swope commercial. I love it. I'm sitting there watching football. Here we go. Here's Jennifer. She pops up. And in the commercial, though, you had Chuck McIntyre.
Yeah.
He'd been there for 19 years. Nahum Plaza, the product specialist. He's been there for 5. So there's like a glow surrounding your family, generations of welcome and charisma.
That's just one store.
We've got
that's just a Toyota store. And so those commercials, we do them for all of our locations. It's incredible when you look around the group, the depth of longevity in our team. I mean, I've got a general manager at our Chrysler store who's just starting the process of retirement that's been with us for 46 years.
Wow.
I've got other general managers that have been over 20 years, and it's incredible. I've got technicians that have been there 40 years.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
That takes a tremendous amount of, trust, and comfort, and you articulated that commercial very well. So, but that's what I noticed about you all. That's what keeps people around, right? And that's what keeps the business flowing fluently.
Yeah. So
I love that. The ECTC Foundation, as I mentioned, you called the community life the heartbeat of your family, which is absolutely true, because you pop out, you support, you show the community, you big them up. You've always been that way, though, since I've known you. So I figured it was the easy for you.
Yeah, that's been somewhat of a passion project, actually. With ECTC Foundation, the project we've worked on over the last couple of years has been raising money for a program called Family Scholar House.
Okay.
And we're finally going to get to break ground on that at the end of the year, I believe. And that's going to be a housing unit for it's either 46 or 48. I'm going to say it wrong, but single moms or single parents that are going in for higher education that for all intents and purposes otherwise would be homeless. They would have to make the choice between housing or education, and most of them would probably choose housing, right?
Right.
So
who wouldn't, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's single parents who, have found themselves to where they're having to make a choice, and it's going to give them, eliminate barriers to education, create more workforce in our area. It's going to be right there at ECTC.
That is beautiful.
It's been an incredible project.
Wow, and
to work on.
that's very helpful.
Yeah.
You're talking about giving back to the community. I mean, that's wow. So, hey, y'all tap in that'd be something that you could use if you all need that service. Go ahead and get with Jennifer.
Absolutely. ECTC and Family Scholar House is already very active at the college. So, I mean, they have resources available. The housing won't be available until until it's built, but it is already up and running, and those resources are available for single parents in education. Go to the Family Resource Center, or the Student Resource Center. I'm sorry, and it's right there. Lynette Kennedy runs
Student Resource Center. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Nice.
It's an incredible program.
Also, the grand reopening of Swope Mitsubishi Family.
Yes.
Be the Change was in the building, and it presented a certificate of appreciation award to Carl Swope, which is your father.
Yep.
Carl Swope. Shout out to Carl. He's a great guy. The remaining food was donated to a nonprofit of Be the Change.
Yeah.
So shout out to that event.
Yes, that was in Radcliffe. That was very recent. We revitalized, renovated the Mitsubishi store, and that's our oldest location actually. So it's not the oldest franchise. It's not the first dealership, but that first dealership actually burned down and moved. So the Chrysler store is our first dealership, but the Radcliffe location is our oldest location in the Swope Family of Dealerships.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so we've been part of the Radcliffe community for many, many years, but just reinvesting in Radcliffe, reinvesting in that community. And Radcliffe is vibrant. I mean, it's a really cool place.
Nice.
It's Hardin County, but the RSBA it's a community all on its own. So that's been a lot of fun to really dig in Radcliffe as well.
Yeah, feels good to reconstruct and rebuild, and always build on, right? Yeah. Always improving on something.
It deserved attention too.
Right. So you recently attended the Fall Ball, the Gazelle magazine hosts every year.
Yeah.
In the support of the Hope Academy for Kids. Mm-hmm. How enjoyable was that?
Fall Ball is always great. So Giselle does an incredible job at Elizabethtown Lifestyle magazine.
Yes, shout out to her, which I was recently in the April edition. Shout out to Gazelle. My face is big in there, the picture. Yeah. Can't miss it.
No, Giselle's a good friend of mine. Nice. She does a great job with the Fall Ball. That's something that we've attended every year. It's Mission Academy for Kids now. An incredible program. It gives opportunities. It's for, that after school program for kids. I don't know. It's those resources and those places where they can go. They can have that family. That's
everything. Remember growing up, they used to always talk about stuff we could have.
Yeah.
We almost had a YMCA and all this good stuff. It was hardly nothing to do. So it's always good to provide that for the children.
Absolutely.
Always.
They to go.
Yeah. And it can be very helpful whenever they're there. So you and your father had some fun at the 2024 Ungala.
We did.
With the astonishing karaoke challenge.
We did. Yeah. We did a little duet.
That looked fun. You and Carl was getting down. Y'all was getting busy.
We had a good time. And I was talking to Kelly Emeron last night. I guess her and Brian Kerr are going to challenge us to another duet next year. So I told Dad this morning, we're not doing that one again, but you better pick a song.
A dual duet challenge. What song did y'all do?
I'm not going to say. Father-daughter should never have done the song we did. You had to be there. There will never be a repeat. But I will tell you, we rocked it.
Yeah. Shout out to Carl, man. He got some style to him.
It was fun.
Nice. Yeah. And that was actually an ECTC fundraiser event, correct?
Yes, that was for the Unstoppable Fund. So just another one of those eliminating barriers to education, right? How can I support a student to make sure that they can stay in education? It's tough right now.
Absolutely.
People are making decisions like, should I buy milk or should I
economy
pay my
is
car?
Just absolutely crazy.
And to
really
put on
is.
top of that, trying to get through school and put yourself through school and better yourself. There's so many resources available, but it's still tough.
You're right.
So what can we do to make sure that those students have the support to graduate, to get to graduation? Because that's
to graduate, right?
Yeah.
That's what the unspoken truth. Us coming up is school costs. Education costs.
Yeah.
It really does. So that's great that y'all could be there to be a helping aid to them. They need it so much, and it's just great. What music genres did Jennifer enjoy?
What music? What genres?
Yep.
Oh man, all of them.
Everything.
Yeah, I don't think I can pick one.
Everything, right? Jazz, everything. You name it, right?
I like Americana roots. I like. I've played a lot of singer-songwriter music, so I'm actually getting ready to go to a Patty Griffin concert next week.
Nice.
But I also like blues. I don't know.
Were you in band in school?
No, I was in choir for a little bit.
I was too. I was in chorus.
I got kicked out of choir, and then
I did too.
Yeah, we all got kicked out freshman year.
Yeah. Everybody get kicked out of chorus like that.
It was every freshman. I don't know, what. I don't remember what happened because I wasn't there that day. But the next day, all of a sudden, all the freshmen were in the band room, and we weren't allowed to be in choir anymore.
Right.
This is a time in my life. It's actually really funny. I was writing songs. I was playing at Backstage Cafe. I was a singer. Mm-hmm. I tried out for choir the next year and didn't get in.
Didn't get in chorus?
I didn't get.
Wow.
This is the first time I'd ever auditioned for choir and not gotten in. I thought
that was
just an audition, right? You get into choir.
That sounds petty.
Yeah. He just didn't like us. I'm not going to name names, but that choir teacher did not like us.
We know who.
We know who it was.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
That's crazy, and that's just wicked. We had to choose band or choir anyway.
Wasn't that crazy?
Choose one of them.
I agree. I always wanted to do both. I wanted to be a band.
Why can't we do both?
We couldn't do both.
That was different.
Actually, in middle school, they make you choose in middle school, and I went through the whole band thing. I went through the whole night where they test your theory and do everything else, and I remember being told that I could go into percussion, which was cool because you had to be pretty good at theory. You had to kind of. You have to be able to read music, right?
They're like, if you don't know how to read music, then you're done. You're cooked.
I wanted to do it, and then I was like, well, I had to choose.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I like singing.
Why we have to choose?
Yeah. I kind of wish I'd gone into percussion.
Some people play the piano and sing. I went
to high school and get kicked out of choir. I should have picked band.
I would play the percussion. Goodness, man, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I do it, but independent schools, I guess. So, chicken wings, do you prefer drums or flats?
I'm going flats.
Flat squad.
Yeah.
That's popular. That's a popular selection.
Yeah.
Some people love flat. Most people say flats for some reason.
Yeah.
I think it's a funny question.
My kids like the drummies. So I get the flats, and we get along that way.
Yeah.
If they ever start liking the flats, we're going to fight over it.
Give me those flats.
I'm not going to those drummies.
You ain't cleaned your room up yet. Give me those flats. So flights. Would you prefer early flights or late flights?
Early flights.
Early flights?
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to get there.
When you're fresh and because late night you may be sleepy and groggy.
Let's just get out of the way.
So what kind of snake was that you was holding in the recent pic that I seen?
Oh, that
looked like it was fresh out of
ball python.
It looked fresh out of Australia.
I was at a CASA event in Bardstown. It was cool. It was a night circus.
It looked fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I can't for the life of me off the top of my head. I wish I'd known you were going to ask that. I would tell you who that program was. But it was a rescue program, and they had multiple snakes, and they had an iguana, and they had a lot of things that you could touch and interact and
nature.
It was cool. There were a lot of people that were like, I'm not doing that. I went straight for that snake, put it around my neck. They're like, you can't do that. Our insurance policy doesn't let you do
Fearless. Matter of fact, take the selfie with us. Take the picture.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, hey, will you take a picture of me? They're like, oh, ma'am, you got to take that off from around your neck. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. What's wrong?
Scary.
And it's looking at me, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, dude, maybe I shouldn't have you in my face.
Because the first thing I look at the snake is like, is that thing going to lock around this neck?
Yeah.
Around your neck.
Yeah. Well, they did say it won't hurt you. It's just insurance. I said, I get it. It was my Taylor Swift reputation era,
Taylor swag. So also last year you attended the CADA or KADA convention.
Yeah.
The 85th birthday celebration of the Kentucky Automotive Dealers Association, connected with vendors and colleagues.
Yeah.
That looked like a pretty brilliant event.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate on that?
That wasn't this year. That was last year. I actually missed this most recent one, but the year before. KADA is the Kentucky Auto Dealers Association. So It is a way to, get together with the other dealers in our state. And then we work with, we have lobbyists we work with just to make sure that, policies are
upheld.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's fun.
A networking tool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you stay having fun and enjoying life. Nice. I seen the parody with your dad and was it Kevin Addington and Ben LaRue?
Was that the one from last night?
Downtown.
Yeah.
Palizari. That was funny. It looked funny.
I told my kids, "Hey, want to go see Grandpa get arrested?" What?
Yeah. I love the squad car too. It was like an old school like Al Capone like looking car.
Yeah. So my kids are like, "Grandpa's getting arrested. What'd he do?" I'm like, "Are they going to take him to jail?" I said, "Okay, guys, it's publicity stuff."
Did you have them thinking? Yeah,
I really did, and they were like nervous. They're like, "Oh, Grandpa's getting arrested."
Yeah.
So then we get there, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, you can't tell anybody." They're like, "Does Grandpa know he's getting arrested?" I'm like, yeah.
Well, they probably still have the fear, and when they seen them, like, is he really going?
Oh, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
So, do you prefer a hotel or Airbnb whenever you travel?
That's a great question.
Because I know you're traveling.
Both. How long am I going to be there, and what's the event, right? If I'm going somewhere and it's just like,
that's true.
I'm going to see a small town or a city, and I'm just kind of going off the beaten path, I really like Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
I like to kind of be independent, but if I'm going on a business trip, you're going to have a lot of people you're meeting, you're networking. Hotel bars right there. I like the hotel vibe.
Yeah.
It just depends. I like travel in general, so it's like all of the above.
I've seen some of the trips. I'm like, man, I'm jealous. I don't even know where the place looks so exuberant, and so
I've been blessed with a lot of work travel too, so I get to travel and work. It's
within your job, yeah, that's nice. So yeah, it's always looking delightful where you go. I'm like, I got to take a trip. You been to like Italy and all that?
Yeah, took the kids to Italy a couple summers ago. Actually, did a whole family trip.
Nice.
So there were 16 of us. We got a villa, and it was days of just hanging out by the pool in the Tuscan countryside. I mean, it was a dream, and I'm just so grateful for my kids. They got
grateful's the word. Grateful.
They had that time with their cousins, with their family. Just get away, rest, reset,
breathe. Yeah.
There's this moment where my kid is sitting at the top of a mountain. We've just eaten pizza, and he's sitting in a doorstep. And the architecture over him has been carved who knows how many hundreds of years ago, right? And he's sitting with this Italian kid eating gelato. They can't speak the same language, but they are communicating.
Right.
And it's like that's awesome. That experience for my child is, I don't know, I can't.
That's awesome. Can't put it in words. A lot of other kids won't be able to experience that either, I promise you.
Such a blessing.
That is nice. And like you said, sitting at that historical monument.
They have no clue. They have no clue that they're sitting under priceless art that is just an archway in this door on a street, and
beautiful.
It's sitting there eating gelato, and I have a picture of it, and I'll show it to him one day. He
nice
can't appreciate it now, but he will.
Right. Oh yeah, the appreciation will definitely be there. He's gonna eat that gelato again.
Yeah.
So coffee or cappuccino? Which one?
Oh, coffee. Black coffee.
Nice. Yeah. I had to go to black. I went to black recently.
Yeah.
I just add the honey. I don't do the sugar.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of cream sometimes, but I just stay away from it. No gallbladder. No gallbladder. Exactly. So I know you enjoy doing CrossFit and all that, traveling with family and friends, like you said, wearing catchy derby hats at the track, like I see.
Yeah.
So you like to enjoy your days off similar in that fashion?
I don't think you can enjoy every day off in that fashion, right? That's a lot of show. No, I really enjoy a quiet day at home just as much as I enjoy a fun day at the track for Derby. It's important to have that rest and reset and have those days off. And yesterday I took my kids to Bernheim all day long, and we played outside.
Oh, Bernheim Forest.
Bernheim Forest, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Adventurous place.
It took them to the eco playground, and I don't know. I like being outside. I like nature.
I always wanted to shoot a video up there at Bernheim.
It's gorgeous
because of like the giants, the monuments.
Now's the time of year. I'm like,
it looks really cool there. Yeah. So nice. In addition, the Commonwealth Motorcycles is now a part of Swope Family Dealerships as well. Like I said.
Yeah.
So how many emails do you have?
How many unread emails?
Right. Probably 10,000. Good Lord, because
14,700.
Wow. No lie, too. We cannot make this up. This is not a game. 14,700 unread emails.
That is 3 different email addresses. So for my work email, I only have 1,700 unread. I stay on top of that one for the most part.
You talk about putting in some work. There's no excuses out there, people.
Please don't email me.
Look at the work ethic.
If you email me, follow it up with a text.
Good gosh. You will never get that email. I promise you.
Please don't ask me about my unread text.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even want to go there. So that 14,000 something added with the unread text, we got 50,000. We have 50,000.
69 unread texts.
On a Sunday.
If I don't respond, I'm so sorry.
On Sunday too. Like, we're relaxing today. My goodness. So you're socially lit up. Your Instagram looks so brilliant and colorful. I love it. Do you have a favorite restaurant or a favorite home cooked meal? Start with the restaurant.
Favorite restaurant. That one's hard too.
Shout out to your local sponsors.
I know. Okay. There is a place I go
shout out the woods.
all the time.
Yeah.
So Bardstown, I go to Mr. Tubbs a couple times a week.
Shout out to them, Mr. Tubbs.
It's a bar. They do mostly cocktails, but they have a daily special, and it's always the meatball sub. So I walk in and I look at bartender Steven and I say Southern and Tubbin. He looks at me, he says Southern and Tubbin. And
I miss eating like that.
Kind of my spot. I love that meatball sub.
I miss eating that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. In Bardstown, right?
That's in Bardstown, yeah.
Nice.
I eat there frequently.
Shout out to Bardstown. They have a little downtown area that's, similar to E-Town. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's vibrant, yeah.
So what about home cooked meal?
Home cooked meal. I'm a little boring when it comes to that. I really like making lasagna with kids. I like making spaghetti. I'm kind of simple with that.
I like lasagna.
Pork chops and
get that lasagna together with the garlic toast.
Yeah.
Woo. Salad.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you developed great relationships throughout this career field. Is there a level of satisfaction and honor in helping people reach their vehicle needs? Transportation's everything.
Absolutely.
So you're providing an awesome service that's just very much needed. So is that the most enjoyable thing?
So yes and no. I mean, it goes back to people. Absolutely. Delivering smiles. I mean, that's amazing.
Yes.
But what is the most enjoyable thing is to know that we do it the right way, that we strive.
Mm-hmm.
We strive. Everybody's got a bad day here and there, but we strive for customer service. Yeah, we strive for that smile, doing it the right way, doing it with integrity.
Yes.
So our core values are that we do it the right way. We just can't spell it right. It's with respect, integrity, trust, enthusiasm.
Right.
So the RITE way.
I like that. I like to put me up on game. I like that.
But yeah, and I think that's what brings me joy.
Absolutely.
Is that we don't just put our core values up on a whiteboard and say these are them and forget about them. We incorporate them in all of our quarterly leadership meetings, and all of our if we have a corrective action with an employee, that write up is gonna it's gonna reference our core values. This is against this core value.
Yeah.
We do coach, live, breathe, onboard, respect, integrity, trust, enthusiasm.
Yes.
And that brings me joy that when I deliver a car to a customer, I can know that employee has been taught to do things the right way.
Right. There's a genuineness, there's a level of sincerity there that you have obtained, and proof is in the pudding. Y'all been doing things correctly. That's why y'all have longevity. You know what I mean? That
you don't get to 73 years doing things the wrong way.
Yeah. I feel like that's even how you live long. I feel like my grandmother, she's like going on 90, and she's just treated people, people just treat people well, and nice. So how did COVID affect things, the way it functions at Swope?
COVID was interesting. COVID, in a lot of ways, pulled dealerships into this century. We started doing electronic contracts. We started doing more, less paper, more e-contract, more laser forms. It changed the way we printed our forms, which is wild.
Wow.
It really pushed us into the state with e-titling, which has been a big, it's been an interesting year at the state too. I mean, shout out to our county clerk bless their hearts. They changed the CAVIS system. They've changed e-titling.
Mm-hmm.
That slowed us down in titles. It changed the way we process deals. It changed the way that we communicated. It changed the way a customer shopped.
Wow.
I mean, people were already shopping online. It went to almost 100%. There was a period where we couldn't deliver a car in the showroom. We had to do everything virtually.
Everything virtual just went. Yeah.
Exactly. It put us into this century, It really did.
It did. It like catapulted us in there, like forcefully.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Y'all still rocking and rolling. I think COVID was in 2020, 21. So you have bounced back pretty in a healthy way, especially compared to a lot of other businesses and establishments. I mean, some people didn't make it through that. You know what I mean?
One thing we did early on is we looked at what's the most important thing to us, and we said the most important thing to us is our employees. So during COVID, during those really scary days where we weren't sure if we were going to operate, we weren't sure how we were going to operate, we looked at all of our employees on an annual basis, and we decided, okay, we're not going to do layoffs. We're going to send people home. We can't be open right now, but we put everybody on a guarantee based off of what they made off the last 12 years and rolled that while people couldn't be in the dealership, we couldn't be working, we couldn't be open, we were trying to figure out everything.
Right.
Instead of doing layoffs, we kept our people because that's your most important resource. And it was a scary decision to make. I don't know how long we're going to be able, I don't know how long this is going to happen.
Right.
It was one of those things. We're in meetings every day. We were on the phone every day.
On the fly too.
Trying to figure out, okay, minute by minute, what's the next choice we make? That was a scary time for everybody.
It very much was.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody involved in the bounce back and the obtaining the company in a major way. Like she said, you had to change everything.
It was
everything.
It was
you know what I mean? It was very interesting. So is there a favorite type of vehicle that you prefer?
I can't answer that. It's the one you're buying.
Yeah, I can't see. You can't say what's in the garage. You're right. You're right. I will say that was a petty question.
We have also. No, it's a great question. It's one of my favorite answers.
What about a brand preference?
No, I don't have a brand preference. I can't do that.
What about a big seller?
My favorite vehicle in our museum. Okay.
Yeah, here we go. That's
All right. So if you haven't been to Swope Cars of Yesteryear, it's free to the public. It was my grandfather's collection. He at about 60 years old retired and went headlong into collecting vehicles, and that collection is still there. It's Swope Cars of Yesteryear, right next to the Chrysler store. Free to the public. My favorite car is a blue and white LaSalle. I think it's a 1938, maybe.
Woo, some legacy to that thing, huh?
So that car has a little bit of a backstory. That's the first car auction I ever went to. My grandpa and my dad took me to this auction.
Wow.
And that car comes across the line, and I said, "Grandpa, it's the Corolla DeVille car." And I said, "You got to buy that car."
Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, to me it did at that age. I was probably 6-7 years old, right? But yeah. So if you walk in that museum, you'll know. People call it the UK car because it's blue and white. You'll know it when you see it. It's an old.
Oh, I got to see this. I have to see it.
And my grandpa said, "Buy that car." He's like, "You never bid until the end. Never bid until the end, or you're just driving up a bit." So I learned a lot that day. Mm-hmm. I learned about auctions, how they work. I watched the whole thing go down. I sat with my grandpa. Then he didn't buy it because he thought it was too expensive.
Mm.
So my dad put up his paddle at the end, and that was the first time my dad bought me a car.
Now
that title's never been in my name.
And an auction. Wow. Bidding for it. Sold.
Anyway. That's my favorite.
I gotta see that. It sounds traditional and flavorish. I bet that thing is fly too. I gotta see it.
My second favorite car is when you walk in, there's a green Jaguar. Now, if I didn't have the backstory that was out, it's a coupe. It's British racing green. It's gorgeous.
Woo! I got to see it. I bet it flies too. You ain't pulled it out yet, huh? Maybe a few times.
No, I'm afraid to drive those cars. My dad will drive it, but yeah, no.
Sitting in there like a showroom car, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, is there a new arrival that you all have that you'd like to promote?
Oh man,
there's so many down there. I mean, you go ahead and pick. Once you make it down there, there's
the Hyundai,
multitude of selections.
Ioniq is pretty cool. We've got some EVs that are new that are pretty cool. I think that there's a lot of buzz around EV, especially with Blue Oval SK right down there in Glendale. It's a lot of buzz in our community.
No doubt.
So I think it's cool. We've got EV selections in a lot of our stores now. We have PHEV selections in Mitsubishi. I think that's really cool. It's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, which means you still have gas. You have that battery.
I was going to elaborate on that. Once EV, electrical vehicle.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, EV is electrical vehicle. PHEV is like that hybrid between a hybrid and it still has gas tank. It still has that EV battery.
So it's a hybrid.
It's both.
Nice. Gas and
electric.
Woo! Talk heavy. Yeah. I was not aware of this.
So these are cool options all around.
That's very cool. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I did not. That's pretty cool. Right
Mitsubishi
there.
Outlander PHEV is what my mom drives.
I bet she loves it.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
She stopped by and get the gas so how do you choose which? I want electric today. I want gas today.
No,
which one?
The way it works is you've got your electric battery.
Okay.
And it has so many miles on it. And then when it goes out, it switches over to that gas hybrid system.
Nice.
So you drive pure EV until it runs out. So the way my mom drives, she has a charger at home. Yeah. She plugs in. Yeah. She drives around E-Town. She goes home, plugs in again.
Yeah.
She never goes to the gas. The way I drive that battery dead, and then I'm going to be in that gas for a while.
Yeah.
But it's a cool option because it's both.
Yeah, it's optional.
Yeah.
Nice. Exquisite.
Yeah.
Talk heavy. I love that. I may have to try to get me one. See, you got me feeling ambitious and inspired. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
You said your mama, she said, I'm gonna switch over. She said, I'm going to that gas station.
No, yeah. Yes. I almost run out of gas like 3 times a year. Okay. Maybe 3 times a year.
Nice. So, discipline and motivation. Which one do you feel is most important to your everyday routine?
Ooh, that is a hard question.
It is kind of tricky and
I'm going to go with motivation. I have the kind of job, yes, it takes discipline, but I have the kind of job where I don't sit and do one task all day, so I have to shift and pivot. So I think you got to be motivated to be in the right place, to do the right thing, to shift to that, whatever you need to be, where you need to be. And so I'm going to go with that, motivation.
Nice. I like that. I like that question. Because this motivation, there you go. So, petty question. What's one song you could go the rest of your life without hearing again?
Oh, okay. Avett Brothers, I and Love and You. Hate that song. Never want to hear it again. It's the worst song. It's like, it's a love song. I hate it. I and Love and You. It's terrible.
I don't even like the title.
Exactly.
That's too hard to say. It gives me a headache.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Get rid of it. Put a fork in that one.
Done.
So the area has grown rapidly. New construction, industrial, population growth, etc. How do you feel this rapid growth has affected the local automotive industry?
Oh, well, I think automotive it's just been tough industry wide anyway. I mean, we went through a phase with COVID where we didn't have parts, we didn't have cars, we didn't have inventory, and now it's switched to where we do, and the used car market gets weird with that. How's it going to go? Automotive is like a whole new world right now. And then you add to that growing local market.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I do think that we're in growth phase, but at the same time, the market nationally is constricting. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
it's both, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of weird how it's like right now?
It is. It's like I'm busier than I've ever been.
I think it's the economy part of it, because even if people, like you said, they have to choose sometimes which one do you want, Yeah. And I don't want to do this or that, or the timing of, right? I can't do this yet, so I may have to wait 3 to 6 months.
Exactly.
So I'm sure there's a transition of growth that it'll go through, and it'll pan out somehow.
Yeah.
That's what we think. Yeah. So what's one fun fact that people may not know about you that you wouldn't mind sharing with us? That you had a jet when we was younger?
No.
Because I remember.
No. Never had a jet. Just ask my dad. He wants one.
Private jets. But no.
Let's see.
No, but yeah, a fun fact.
Fun fact. Yeah. My job in college was as a karaoke host.
What?
Yeah, I worked at a and if you've ever been down in Nashville,
a karaoke host.
Yeah. So back in those days, downtown Nashville, 2nd Avenue, there was a club called Graham Central Station. Yeah. And if you ever went down to Nashville around the 2005 to 2010 time, it was a 4-story club. So on the bottom level, it was like a Coyote kind of bar. It was called Wildcats, and you had the chicks dancing on the bar and the whole, Coyote Ugly kind of theme.
Kind of Coyote Ugly.
That next level had a disco, like 70s light up dance floor, and then this like palm tree section where you're supposed to have live music over here. Yeah. This is wild. The next floor was karaoke in the front and top 40 hip hop in the back. So you've got the karaoke room where everybody's doing like "Don't Stop Believin'" and Miranda Lambert, "Think Before He Cheats," and then like you can literally see through the window behind me. You can see everybody, bumping and grinding, right?
Both of them just going on, genuine for your mind on the other side.
100%. It was like the coolest thing ever. So part of that job was singing. So I mean, every like 3 songs we would rotate in one of us.
Oh, it was having fun though.
We had costumes. We had to go backstage with costume changes. We did it. Like
that sounds fun.
It was fun.
Themes and
we did the whole 9 yards. We had practice night on Wednesday where we literally went to the club. We were closed, but we had to go practice so that we could practice our duets, our skits.
I didn't know this about
what wig with what. It was theatrical. It was fun.
Wow, and theatrical.
Yeah, it was
nice.
Fun. We had dances that we choreographed.
Hey, Nashville's a fun place. Yeah, it really is, and very musical too.
Yeah,
like they got you go down the strip, they have all the is it the bars that's named after
honky tonks?
Yeah, named after the NFL teams. And the team bars. So
it's all the country singers. I mean,
everything.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. I seen Miley Cyrus down there. I also seen what was that, George Strait? manager or something.
Okay.
I seen him down there one time. He looked like Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's that? Because people started walking up to him.
I ran into Kid Rock at Topgolf one time. Like, he's just walking around in a leisure suit, feather in his hat. It's like, I think that's Kid Rock. He's got 3 guys in suits around him. Oh, wait, that is Kid Rock.
That is Kid Rock. Yeah, we're in Nashville. You never know.
Yeah.
And shout out to Topgolf too. You go there often?
No, I wish I did. I love Topgolf.
I need to go. We talk about going all the time.
Yeah.
So do you have any shout outs?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for that. I mean, okay. You said Susan Gifford. Shout out to Susan Gifford.
Shout out to Susan. We're going to talk soon again.
Yeah,
hopefully.
She's also our community engagement director. So she wears many hats, but she does marketing as well as community engagement.
I didn't know that.
You know, we talked a lot about the things that I get involved in, and a shout out to my dad. He's involved in everything else in town that I'm not.
Shout out to the captain, Carl.
But so is Susan Gifford, and she makes sure that our employees remain engaged. She makes sure that we have volunteerism opportunities for all of our employees. She makes sure that we have a community calendar, and our assistant Monday. I mean, shout out to her. She keeps both of our lives straight. Yes. To make sure that we are communicating with our employees, that we're communicating with in being involved in the community. I mean, shout out to her HR department, Stephanie Brown. I mean, she works with the schools, make sure that we are involved in all of the career programs at the community college, the career programs at the county schools. We're involved with EC3. We're involved with ATC in Nelson County, just to make sure that, you know, those community activation points are top of mind as well.
Absolutely.
And just, I mean, goodness gracious, all of my 300 plus employees are amazing. They're family. It's not me. It's not what I do. They
300 plus. Right. But all of y'all as a collective unit it's incredible. And like you said, wearing all those different hats, different departments, rooms, doors, emails, galore. To balance everything over this extended amount of time. Yeah. It's amazing, it's impressive, and it's remarkable. Yeah,
and shout out to my boys.
Shout out to the boys.
Foster and Archer, my babies. They're the reason, right?
What are they into? What do they like to do? Little baseball players or what?
Everything. Yeah. Baseball, soccer.
Do they?
Foster tried football this year. He loved it at first, and then he never
that's
played
me
flag.
right there.
He never played flag, so I think he got intimidated by tackle. And
did
he? He did.
You should see me out there.
Gung-ho. He's scared, but
okay.
Yeah, but
Small?
bless him. No, he's really not.
Is he?
But he's an aggressive little soccer player. He loves soccer. He's been playing soccer since he was like 2 years old.
Nice.
Archer the same.
My daughter's into that. She's a soccer kid too. Soccer, baseball. Yeah. Man, I play so much baseball. Yeah, that's nice. Then what league are they in? The ABC?
So they're in Nelson County. So
that's right.
Yeah, I'm in Bardstown.
Bardstown.
Yeah.
Right.
So the youth league, and then they go to St. Joe. So when they do school sports like basketball, they're in the St. Joe teams, and Bethlehem Prep for baseball.
And see, that's a whole nother level. You got the parenting going on, and you got to show up in your hoodie with this. Hey, the mom,
absolutely,
the sports mom
many
on the
hats,
back, right?
Yeah.
Now you got to check your email one day. It's got 14,700 unread.
It's a lot.
Jennifer, man, she puts in a lot of work, and it's been like this for a long time for her. So I want to say this: you shine with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, reached an outstanding achievements and continued success, and having a major positive impact on families of the community. You put in the work. Your contribution to the community has been spectacular for over years and counting. I just want to show some love, appreciation, shine some light on you. Continue to keep that brilliant spirit and doing great things within the automotive world and outside the automotive world. Because she'll pull up to your karaoke bar.
Yeah, I will.
Maybe.
I'll challenge you to karaoke next year at the ECTC Young Gala.
Man, don't you start with her. You better be there. Put your money up. And it's been a pleasure to have you, Jennifer. Nice seeing you again. Nice talking to you. It's been cool to be a good friend of yours. And I may need another truck soon. She may you never know. She's the one to see. So pull up a Swope and see Jennifer. You know, the only name you need.
The only name you need.
Like the commercial says. Yes.
Swope. The only name you need.
The only name you need. Let me do it one time.
Yeah.
Swope. The only name you need. Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I got you. Y'all need me for a commercial. Y'all need me. But yeah. And shout out to you all. Thanks for tapping in. Nice to have you, Jen.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get the business.
Yo, let's get the business.